Andoni, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
You had a lot to say on Saturday about the referee and about a lot of other things. Have you had a chance to look again at the action, and do you have anything more to say?
No, I complained enough after the game. I said it in that moment. When you lose, you cannot, it looks ugly to complain a lot, but I said what I had to say, but that's it. It finishes there. We cannot change anything that happened the other day. And I hope we don't have to talk about the referee tomorrow, yes.
You've got a massive problem for this game though, haven't you?
Yes.
3 players now suspended. How much of a headache is that for you?
Obviously, it's an important side because they are players that they are very, very important for us. That's the reason they got the 5 yellow cards, because they have played a lot. Marcos, Brooksy, Lewis Cook, and if we add the 2 injury players we had now with the Scottish players, with Ryan and Ben, is I think from the games we played, because we've been quite good from the injury side. Now probably is the game where we'll be with less options, but even with those suspensions and injuries, I think we have enough talent, enough players to put a good team and also good subs.
But just on the yellow cards, you have 35. That's the most in the Premier League this season. Last season you had 97, only Chelsea had more. So you've got a big discipline problem, haven't you?
I think you asked the question, I think, in a negative way. I will try to turn it. I think the amount of fouls we have per yellow card is ridiculously lower than other clubs. Other teams do a lot more fouls, they have less yellow cards. And it's something that we've been talking, especially the ones that coming from descents, I think are, even if we are not happy, I think I don't care if they show me a yellow card for me or because I'm outside, and even if I'm suspended, but it's not so bad. But especially the ones that are playing, I think we have to control a little bit this. But it's true that I think we've had, the other day was our first red card. I think there are a lot of clubs that they have a lot more red cards. At the end is the most important side, because it's where you play with 10 players. Even if 5 yellow means 1 suspension, we will always play with 11 until we receive a red card, at least tomorrow. And I think it's something that we look at, but it also comes with the way we play. But also I think, and I repeat, the amount of fouls per yellow card we have, I think is the lowest in the Premier League.
Set pieces as well, obviously you're conceding some goals from set pieces. Yeah. What are you doing about this? And is Tommy Elphick an important character in stopping this?
Yeah, no, Tommy has been dealing with it at the time I've been here very well. We've never been in these 3 years, I think, a very tall club, and we've been very good in this aspect. But it's true that this season we were not expecting to suffer, but we could think that could be a problem for us, and we were dealing very well. I think in the first 10 games, I think we had only 2 goals against in set plays, and we were like, well, we are doing well. And last 3 games, it has destroyed all the statistics. No, I think we've conceded 7 goals in 3 games in set plays, so it means we've been out of the games, or it has put us the games very difficult. And it's definitely something that concerns us, because at the end is, I feel last 2 games, you concede goals and it looks you've defended very badly. And I don't think we've conceded a lot of chances. But the problem is if you concede 4 set plays and a penalty that also comes from a set play situation, a long throw, it looks like you are not defending very well. But it's situations that we need to improve, yes.
You must be glad November's over, because 3 defeats in 4, it was a pretty bad month for you. The goals you're conceding though, a lot of them, 12 goals in the last 4 games, how are you going to stop that?
I think it's our main issue now. We have to focus on improving defensively. It doesn't matter the goals we score. I think we are scoring a lot of goals, we are having a lot of chances, but if you are conceding 2-3 goals per game, it's very difficult in the Premier League to compete. No, I think last 2 games against Sunderland and West Ham, we've created a lot. We've scored 2 goals each. We should score more, I think. But you are conceding a lot of goals. In this case, have been set plays, and probably at the beginning of the season we were not scoring as many, but we were defending much better, and it reduced in a lot more points for us, no? And I think to make something sustainable, I think defensively we have to be solid, and we haven't been last games.
And being solid maybe with Velko, only 18, is he ready for this game to come in for Senesi?
We have more options. Velko is a good option, but we have more options. We had Buffo, we had James Hill, we have other players who could help us if we need them there, but I trust them 100%. They've all played, they've all started games this season, they've all got wins and good defensive situations. So for me, okay, we will miss Marcos because he's very valuable for us, but I trust 100% the ones who are going to play tomorrow.
Just finally from me, there is some good news. You're still unbeaten at home in the Premier League, and Everton have never won here in the Premier League. So how confident are you going into this game?
For me, this is not good news in the sense I don't care about the stats, because they were other seasons, other teams, other managers sometimes, so for me doesn't mean a lot. I know that it's going to be very difficult, the game. Everton is a team that is, for me, playing very well. They've now with Grealish, with Ndiaye, with Dewsbury Hall, they are players that have quality there, no? And they can create from situations that you think you have under control and make things happen. And for me, it's going to be a big test for us. I think we need a good result. I would say even more than a good game, a good result. And we will have to be very good, because I know they are good.
Marcus has started every Premier League game this season. Obviously you'll miss him tomorrow evening. Although you'll miss his presence, does it actually allow you to do something a bit different to try and stop the flow of these goals coming in?
We will definitely have to use something different. It's like we cannot choose. Sometimes when he's available, we can choose if we go with him or with not. But now Marcos has been for us very good. I think he's vital defensively and offensively for us. But these things are going to happen, and even more in this period of the season. In December, January, we will need everyone, and every player on the team has to be available and ready to go, because now we have some suspensions, some injuries, and probably we will need players that haven't played as many minutes, and I hope they are ready.
To be 2-0 up and lose is hard. To be 2-0 up and draw, it's difficult as well. You've done it this season, both of those. Have you had to speak to the players in the past few days since the defeat to Sunderland?
No, we've done it positively and we've done it negatively. We, in a positive way against Fulham, against West Ham, in a negative way against Sunderland and against Palace. It is the Premier League. The Premier League, you always feel like even if you are ahead, you are behind, you always feel chances for the other team. The games are very leveled. Obviously, it hurts a lot, this kind of defeat, because you think you have something that you don't have really, because you get the points at the end, not during the game. And I hope we can get a better result tomorrow. But I repeat, I've seen the game against Sunderland. I repeat it, and I think it's a good performance from our side. Obviously, we don't defend set plays, but we've won this season worse games than Sunderland. Definitely, we've won worse games than Sunderland. But when you don't get the result, everything looks a little bit worse.
You've been 2-0 down against Everton before and won 3-0. Have you watched that game back from last season?
No, it's from a lot of time ago, and also different manager, and I think we have references against them. We even played in pre-season against them, but also even systems are different, players are different. It's more like we know the players. They will use. They know our players also very well. So I don't think it's going to be like a matter of surprises, or it's a matter of dealing with the game, winning the duels. I think especially for us defensively, we will have very difficult duels. They are players who can make the difference one against one. Even the strikers are uncomfortable. Barry, Beto, are big bodies, fast players, and I think our defensive players will be demanded tomorrow.
The goals have been shared around a lot with your teams, not just the strikers getting them. How important is that for you during this period of not winning?
No, I think offensively we are doing very well. We are having our chances, we are scoring our goals. I don't really care who scores the goals, as long as we continue scoring. I think the problem for us last games has been in the other side of the pitch. I think we've been conceding a lot of goals, and like this is very difficult to get any point in the Premier League.
What do you make of the job that David Moyes is doing back at Everton this season?
I think for me it's a pleasure to play against managers like David Moyes. No? They've been so good, so consistently in a competition like the Premier League. Also, I remember my first game here was against him when he was at West Ham, and I'm sure it's going to be a big challenge, and I hope we are at the level.
And just finally, the Premier League table is so close this season. You can go on a bit of a run without a win, and things might look bad statistically, but it's not actually that bad. Is that kind of reassuring?
No, I've said it a lot of times. I don't right now, and I would say even this season more than ever, you cannot look too much into the standings. You win one game and you think you are amazing, and you get 4 positions ahead. You lose one game and then you lose 6 positions and you are a disaster. And no, this is about consistency. And this is going to be. Every team will have good, bad spells, and we have to deal with these situations. No, I think we are in a good spot in the table right now, but we want to stop a little bit. No, especially defensively, these performances we've had, we want to stop them and go back where we were.